And when I get done, I'll call you. When you, wait a minute. Yolanda.
Yes.
I'm going to have to leave at 5:30 to pick up my car. I just wanted to let you know. I meant to email you.
Oh, okay. I'm believing that this may not take too long. I've actually had someone else contact me and make me aware as well that they needed
okay,
to.
Because I'm looking at I was just looking at because the ordinance is first, so you good.
I know, but actually Nathan has asked me to go. Could he do his resolution really quick first, the one about the playground equipment?
Why he got to go first? Why?
He has actually sent me an email and he asked whether or not I could go first because he has a prior engagement as well. Now that's a resolution and that's basically just asking whether or not we can accept playground equipment. So I was fine with that.
Okay.
Look it up.
Okay, no problem. Okay.
All right. Where'd it go? All right. Council. Where'd it go?
Council Member McCoy.
Yes.
So you just have the one ordinance. Oh, you have an ordinance and a resolution.
Ordinance and resolution, just the two. That's why I didn't think that it was actually going to take very long.
Right. And one is approving food management and the other one is gifting of the playground equipment.
Yeah. So we're going to do the resolution. The resolution we're going to do first. That was actually a request made to me by Nathan earlier today, and I told him I didn't have a problem with that. And then the new ordinance.
Okay, so I think I'm going to pass on this one because this is pretty, specific to Cool Springs. And this is something that's going to come on the floor. I'm gonna just watch the video on this one here, okay?
Okay, I'm sorry. Who's speaking? I had it off.
This is Harley.
Okay, I was like, I had it off. I was trying to pull up my agenda.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, you do that. It's 5 o'clock. I'm gonna let you go. I'll watch the video. Happy meeting. Happy meeting.
All right.
Bye.
Okay. All right. So we are live. Great. Good evening. Good evening, City of Wilmington. My name is Yolanda McCoy. Tonight we will be having the Education, Youth, and Families Committee meeting. Today is Wednesday, February 10th. And I would like to start by having my colleagues introduce themselves.
Linda Gray, 1st District, Vice Chair.
Shanae Darby, 2nd District. Field, 8th District.
Councilwoman Xanthia Oliver, 3rd District.
Councilwoman Brigida Fields, 5th District.
Okay. I think that is all. And I am the chair. I am Yolanda McCoy, 6th District. So this evening, we actually only have 2 things on our agenda. We are going to switch up the order. It has been asked. I would like to start with the resolution, which is a resolution authorizing the city to accept a conditional gift of playground equipment for installation in Cool Springs Park from Cornerstone West CDC and the Red Clay Consolidated School District, and a conditional gift of money for improvements in Cool Springs Park from Cornerstone West CDC. And I would like for someone to come and speak to this matter.
Thank you. Leonard Sofrin with the Department of Parks. Nathan, are you going first? Councilmember Fields?
Sure. Sure. I'll just sort of officially introduce it, but I'm here in my capacity as the 8th District City Council rep to present this resolution. There's a group of people that the Parks Department, West Side Grows, Cornerstone West has been working over the last several years to fundraise money for new equipment, and the resolution is asking for the city to accept the equipment, and I'm just here to present it, and I will turn it over to my colleagues, Mr. Sofrin, to talk more.
Thank you. So as part of the improvements to Cool Springs Park, Cornerstone West and the citizens in Cool Spring and Tilton neighborhood worked hard to raise monies from different foundations, welfare, Comores, and others. And they've assembled both actual dollars as well as went and purchased equipment that was selected by the community and the department. And they have now asked that we pass this resolution so that when the playground equipment is installed, it can become the property of the city in the appropriate fashion. And that's what we're here to do. The Red Clay Consolidated School District also contributed dollars. And so collectively, we have $130,299.85 worth of playground equipment that we will receive. And in addition, we have up to $150,000 in actual dollars that will be used for the eventual construction of and installation of the playground equipment. And that's a summary.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Sofrin. Was there anything else that you wanted to add to give more information about this resolution?
No, I think that that's a summary of what the playground will look like. What it will include and why we are asking for the city to be able to accept this equipment and its contribution.
All right. Well, as I said, thank you very much. I do see one of our council members does have a question. Councilwoman Fields.
Thank you, Madam Chair, for recognizing me. I'd just like to say thank you to Cornerstone West CDC and the Department of Parks and Recreation for accepting this donation in favor to Cool Springs Park. This is a park within my district, within the 5th District, and a lot of my constituents, they use this park for their kids to host many different events when we were allowed to, kind of gather outside. So, I really look forward to working with you all, and I really appreciate the gift. And thank you so much. And we'll be talking soon. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilwoman Fields. Is there anyone else who had any questions about the resolution?
Oh, I'm sorry, Madam Chair. Can I be a co-sponsor on this, please?
Oh, sure. Please note that Councilman Fields would like to be a co-sponsor, and I myself would like to be a co-sponsor as well. Well, I probably am a sponsor, but so is there anyone in the public that has anything to say? Oh, I'm sorry, Councilman Oliver. Would you like to ask a question as well?
Yeah, I'd just like to say I'd like to be a co-sponsor. Been to a couple events up there with Councilwoman Fields, and I think that's a great park. So thank you so much.
Okay, thank you so much, Councilman Oliver. And I'm sorry, I'm going to go back, and if no other council members have any questions, I was going to see whether or not anyone from the public had anything to say. Okay, seeing none, I would just like to add that I'm glad to see this resolution. This is actually a great moment. It looks like the city and Cornerstone CDC have been working to try to make improvements to Cool Springs Park for quite some time, and I am so happy to see them manage to accomplish this. So if there are no more, wait a minute, I thought I just saw something. Someone in the attendees. Okay. I do have someone from the public that would like to make a comment. Is Hi Z. Is there someone from the public
Peace.
that would like to make a comment?
Hopefully you can hear me.
Yes, I can.
No. Apologize.
Okay. I guess it may have been an error. All right. And President Congo, did you want to be recognized, or did you have a comment also?
Yes, I'd like to be recognized, please.
Thank you. Please recognize that Councilman Congo is in attendance. I'm sorry, that President Congo is in attendance.
Thank you.
Okay. So as I was stating, if there is no other comments, this is a resolution, and we will not have to vote on this. I believe that we will be seeing this on the February 18th council meeting. Is that correct?
Yes, I believe so, Councilwoman.
Okay. I'm sorry. I was actually waiting for our staff to state.
Oh.
Thank you so much, Councilman Fields. No, you're fine. Thank you so much, Councilman Fields. All right. So then that completes the resolution, and we can actually move on now to our ordinance. Let me see. So I'm sorry. Look. All right. So
you're leaving.
I'm sorry. I'm a little trying to get to this ordinance. Pardon me. All right. So the next thing we are going to be speaking on the agenda, since I did take it out of order, is ordinance. Here we are. We're into the, there we are. So there's an ordinance to authorize and approve contract 21023 PR between the City of Wilmington and Food Management Services Incorporated, TA Lintons Food Service Management, for the Child and Adult Care Food Program. And who will be speaking to this matter?
Nicole Adams. Lynn, did you want to say something first?
Councilman McCoy, Nicole Adams will be speaking on behalf of Youth and Family Service.
Okay.
Good evening, everyone. Can you hear me?
Good evening. Yes, I can.
I'm going to just take this down just for a minute. I think it'll come through a lot clearer. So the City of Wilmington Parks and Recreation is presenting our Child Adult Care Food Program, which normally runs during the academic school year. We begin in October, and we run through the end of May, beginning of June. Due to the pandemic, we are going to start our CACFP program in March with Lintons Foods, which is the lowest bidder. They bid out the contract a few months ago. And so I'm just going to run down a couple of bullet points for those that may not be familiar with the program. So the Child Adult Food Program is typically an after-school component. We serve hot meals, hot dinners, and snacks to young people all throughout the City of Wilmington. The grant is awarded by the Department of Education, who gets funding from the United States Department of Agriculture in the at-risk component. The contract is to begin with Lintons on March 1st. And as I said before, it will run through the first week in June. And then we pick back up in October. We generally serve approximately 1,200 meals daily, and that will change just a little bit due to the pandemic. But the range is anywhere between 1,100 and 1,200 meals a day. We are now serving meal kits, which consists of a 5-day meal kit. It comes in a box. It has a milk to go with each of the meals, and the children are able to heat those meals up when they get home. For both hot and cold, since the schools have gone hybrid due to the virtual learning because of the pandemic. The contract amount is $756,360, which represents daily meals at a rate of $2.40 and 90 cents for snacks. The state reimburses the city of Wilmington for the meals times rate. The program costs require no matching funds from the city, and the contract is to be extended for 2 one-year renewals. That's all I have. And we can open the floor to questions that I can answer, if that helps.
Yes, it does. Thank you very much. Does any of the council have questions? All right. I recognize Councilwoman Gray.
Thank you. I would just like to know, are there any nutritional guidelines with the contract for the preparation of the food?
Absolutely. So the program is funded from the U.S. Department of Agriculture. So we're governed by their guidelines, which is nationally. So yes, there are certain meal calendars that are a requirement as part of the grant.
Okay, thank you.
Sure.
Okay. I'd like to recognize Councilman Darby.
Thank you, Councilwoman. I have a quick question. Were there any other, was this the only company that we researched? Were there any other research done, like comparative rates to what being offered here?
Absolutely, it's a good question. So we actually have to bid a contract. It's a competitive bid. So it's open up to the public. I think the notification came out, I was looking to see, hold on. The notification came out in December. It runs for 2 weeks, 2 consecutive weeks in the paper. Procurement handles that. And we show up at a bid opening, and anyone who has a meal service program is welcome to bid the contract. So we actually had 3 bidders. Preferred Meals, Alexiar K-12, who used to be Preferred Meals, and we had Revolution Foods, who we work with in the summer, and Lintons. So this is the first year that we'll be working with Lintons. So they're new to the city's program.
Oh, thank you. So they had the best rate and the best nutritional guidelines for this program.
So I wouldn't use the word best in my response, just that they had the lowest rate, because that is a procurement procedure. And as far as best, they have nutritional, the program consists of nutritional component. And so we're all governed by what USDA presents. So to answer your question, yes, they follow the nutritional guidelines, which is federal. And they had the lowest bid, which is why they are the successful bidder.
Okay, thank you.
Sure.
Okay. Are there any more questions? All right, I have another.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. Okay, so just wanted to find out whether or not Linton, are they a local company?
Good question. So I am told that they're out of Pennsylvania, very close to Wilmington. They're probably the closest vendor that we've had in quite a while. So they're not too far. I think they're like 15, 20 minutes away from Wilmington. Where exactly, I don't have that in front of me, but I can get that information to you.
Okay, thank you.
Sure.
All right, so did anyone else have any other questions for our Department of Parks and Rec about this ordinance? Okay. it looks like we do have a question from public comment. Ms. Victoria Fuentes Cox.
She's actually the nutrition coordinator, Councilwoman McCoy.
Perhaps she wanted to add. Did she want to make a statement?
Able to hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, great. I just want to give the information in regards to where Lintons is actually located. They're located on Huddle Avenue in Linwood, Pennsylvania. So, and like Nicole did state, they're 15 minutes away from us. So.
Okay. Thank you so much, Ms. Cox, for offering that information.
So, Councilwoman McCoy, I just wanted to add, just overall, because I know many faces are new. And since this is live, I think this presents a great opportunity to let the public know that we are serving both summer and winter meals at this time. And so if you want us to send you our mobile routes and the locations that we serve, we can have someone from our office send that information to City Council to ensure that all the districts are informed.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Are there any other questions that you have? Anyone has from, okay. All right, Councilman Darby.
Yes, how are the locations selected in regards to the mobile food that you guys are doing?
That's a good question, Councilwoman. I will just say that it varies. Sometimes they're selected at request. Sometimes, and that request can come from the public, a constituent. The Department of Education may send information to us because someone has approached them and has asked. So typically we use what we've used in the past, and then when people make requests, we've changed our routes to accommodate.
Okay, thank you.
Sure.
Are we? So you'll send us the list with the locations so I can figure out where they are in the 2nd district.
I can do that.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Carmen, you'll do that, right?
All right, thank you. All right, so are there any other questions? Okay, I have Councilman Oliver.
Thank you. Thank you, thank you, Chair. I'd just like to thank Parks and Recreation for the outstanding work they have done with the lunches, with the food service program throughout the years. And I know last year with the epidemic, even with the epidemic, they were able to have several locations that I was able just to share with some of the constituents. So I just wanted to thank them for still, even though they had to cut it short some days, but I know some families who really was in need was able to go and get lunch and food for their kids. And sometimes when food was left over, they even rode around in the community and gave it to various families who need it, and sometimes the homeless. So I'd just like to thank them for the hard work they've done with the food service program.
I appreciate it. Thank you, Councilwoman.
Thank you. And I also like to be a co-sponsor. Thank you.
Please make note that Councilman Oliver wishes to be a co-sponsor. And I actually like to echo Councilman Oliver's sentiments. Parks and Rec actually has done a lot to make certain when it comes to the food services. During this pandemic, they have definitely made certain that they were able to supplement a lot of people's pantries, when it comes to if there was any lack within the neighborhoods. So thank you so much. Yeah, thank you so much for all that you've done that way. Councilwoman Darby, she does have another question.
No, I just wanted to say I would like to be a co-sponsor to both of the pieces that we talked about tonight.
Okay, please make note. Councilwoman Darby wishes to be a co-sponsor. Councilwoman Fields.
Good evening. I would just like to say great job to the Department of Parks and Rec. Nicole, excellent job. Thank you. I've come into Hicks several times and I've seen, where you guys handed out the food. Even when the facility was open, you guys were feeding them in the new cooking area. So I just think you guys are doing a great job. I want you to keep it up. And I just appreciate what you do for the community, not just in West Center City and my district, but throughout the entire city, just ensuring that everyone throughout the city, big or small, are fed nutritional meals. So thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, are there any other questions? All right. Okay. Any from the public? No, looks like we're clear. Okay, so this is an ordinance, and I will actually entertain a motion to move this ordinance so that it can be heard at the full council on February 18th.
So move.
Second.
Thank you. It has been moved and seconded. Are there all those that are in favor?
Aye.
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 Any against? Any against? Okay. So we will be bringing this to the full council on February 18th. Let me say, yeah. And so the resolution that was previous as well. Before I actually let everyone go, we adjourn this meeting. I would like to also thank Mr. Jefferson for stepping up and actually taking on the role now of our director. Congratulations, Mr. Jefferson. I can't wait to get a chance to talk to you. As I know, between you and Mr. Southern, you may be hearing from council quite a bit when we get closer to our summer months.
Looking forward to it, and thank you.
Okay. All right. So I know there's going to be a lot. Hopefully we'll get a chance to really enjoy our parks this year, as we get past this pandemic. So, all right. So that actually concludes our meeting this evening. If anyone would like to make a motion to adjourn.
So moved. I make a motion to adjourn.
Okay.
Second.
Thank you. It has been moved and seconded. I thank you so much for joining us this evening. This was a very quick meeting. And you all enjoy. See you next time, Wilmington. You have a great evening.
Good evening.
Here.
Worked out well.